Hi, welcome back. So let's talk about shortcuts. I mean, who doesn't like shortcuts in life, right? We want to have a shortcut to everything. Blogging is no different. So here's something that I do. Speech to write, which means I don't write everything that you'll see on my website. I talk, I speak to my computers or my phone, and they'll do rest of the thing. They'll type it. They'll type everything that I'll speak, and then I'll get it edited. So let me show you how I do that. And of course, this saves me a whole bunch of time. So there's a few different ways you can do this. One, you can use Google Docs. Google Docs is absolutely free. If you don't use it, I strongly recommend using it, because if you're working between different computers, then they make your life really easy. Plus, with a Google Doc, you can give access to your document, to a folder, let's say, to anybody, maybe a writer. So what you can do is you write something and then you upload it to Google Docs if you write it elsewhere, so your writer can get access to it instead of emailing back and forth, and then they can edit it or fix it. If you do speech to write in Google Doc itself, then you don't even need to copy paste it to Google Doc because it's already in there. So let me show you. In Google Docs, you open a document, of course, and then go to add-ons, click on add-ons, and then look for speech. Okay. Now these are a few apps here. You can add one of these and then start using it. This way you can then speak while the text will be typed in your Google Doc. Okay. Next one is Windows dictation. If you use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, then you can do this with your Microsoft Word as well. So let me go to Microsoft Word right here. I click on dictate and then I just start talking, and it should start recording everything that I'm telling you. Isn't this fun? Period. So I'm going to talk about blogging today. Period. I love how blogging can help a website rank high on page 1 of Google fairly quickly. Sometimes in less than 30 days, even less than 2 weeks at times. You see that? Can you imagine how much time this is saving me? So you can always do this. Use Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word doc. Instead of typing, just dictate to the document. There's Apple Dictation. Yes, you can use that. I also use Voice Note. This is again a free app. Let's see how we get this app. So what you do is you go to Google Chrome, search for Voice Note 2, and then you can add it as an extension to your Google Chrome browser. Okay. And then it'll be right up here. So what you do is anytime you want to type something by speaking, you just click here. It opens this window. Make sure you have United States selected here. So when you open it the first time, you have to click on this globe button, choose English, choose United States. And now when you want to start talking, go to the mic, click on it, and you can start talking. Okay. And so this app should start typing what you're saying, period. So like I was saying, blogging is a great way to bring your website on page 1 of Google, period. See, if these apps can understand my Indian accent, trust me, they can understand any accent. So use one of these apps. It'll make your life a lot easier. Okay. For blogging, for on-page optimization, for adding content to your website, for even adding content to your social media pages or posts and so forth. There you go, period. Pretty good, huh? Now, there are some paid apps also out there. I believe one called Dragon, which is fairly expensive, but then you can train it for your own voice. I have never used any paid app in last 12 years. I've always used one of these free tools for this purpose, and I've been fine. But then, of course, whatever your comfort level is. One thing I'll strongly recommend, get a mic, get an external mic from Amazon. When you speak to these apps, you are loud and clear. I'm not talking through my laptop's mic. I have an external mic. I use a Blue Yeti. In this, right now I'm using Blue Yeti. I have a few, but right now it's Blue Yeti that I'm using. Just so that you know. But you don't need to get something this expensive. This is like a $300-400 mic. You can go with something real simple. So for example, we can go to Amazon. You can look for USB mic and so on. So any of these will do. If you are using this with your desktop or your laptop PC, then these are good enough. You don't need to get anything more fancy. This looks pretty good. The reviews are good. You can always get something like this and use it. Because if you use a mic, it'll be easy for the software to recognize your voice and type, okay? Without mic, sometimes it's not that clear. Plus, if there's background noise in your office, let's see if you're doing this in your office and there's background noise, the mic will most of the time kill the background noise. So that also makes it easier for your system to recognize your voice, what you're saying. So do use a mic, of course, an external mic. And if you're not using your computer, how about your smartphone? You can simply use your iPhone or any phone that you may have for this purpose. iPhone already comes with an app. You can do any kind of recording, any speech recording in iPhone. Or you can just play a video and record it that way. And don't forget, these recordings, you can also multi-purpose. You can also use this recording for podcasting. Okay, you can have a podcasting channel. Every time you speak into one of these devices, then you can simply upload the recording to a podcasting place, a podcasting channel, or Apple Podcast. So that way now you have one more way of getting a viewership, getting listeners who will get to know about you and your business. Okay, so you can always do that. With your cell phones, I highly recommend you use something like AirPods or the headphones that come with your phone, because once again, that'll make your voice loud and clear. And you don't need to get the expensive AirPods either. You can use earbuds, something like this, starts at like $25, good reviews, and so on. Because you're not listening to music. So the thing about something that's really expensive when it comes to headphones is it's the sound quality of the music coming in. You're not buying these to listen to music. You're buying these to speak into your phone or your computer. So the only thing they have to have is good quality mic. Make sure the ones you buy, they do have a mic, not just the headphones, not for music, okay? If they don't have a mic, then don't buy it. Make sure they have a mic so you can use one of these with your phone, of course, because when I use it with my phone, the benefit is that I don't have to carry my phone around with me. My phone can be on my desk while I'm walking and talking at the same time, okay? Or if I'm driving, then the phone is on a, passenger car seat or somewhere in the dashboard. I don't even know. But with an AirPod, I can speak while I'm driving. So if you drive a lot, maybe your office and your house are maybe 30 minutes away from each other, that's a good time to do some blogging, some podcasting using a AirPod or something like that. So it's pretty safe, okay? Keep it safe. So these are some of the tools that I use to record my voice, to record my speech, and then I transcribe them at rev.com, okay? That's rev.com. You don't have to use Rev. You could use another service. If you upload it to YouTube, I believe you can now even get it done for free because YouTube has a tool. I haven't used it yet, but YouTube has a tool where YouTube will do about 80% of the transcription really, really good if it understands your accent, and I'm sure it will. So that's rev.com. The transcriptions that you see in this program below every video, this is where I got them done. So they charge $125 per minute. So if it's let's say a 10-minute video, then times 125, they'll charge you. And so you can pay to get the transcription done. Okay. Now they also have a service. Now this is done by humans, 125 when you sign up. There's also an option where you can get transcription done for 20 cents per minute, but that's done by a software. It's not done by humans. I haven't used that service yet. I use the human part, 125 per minute, but you can try that and see if that works for you. And so if that works, then for 20 cents or 30 cents per minute, it's going to cost you $3 if you have a 10-minute long speech, right? So you transcribe it, and once it's transcribed, that's when you send it to a professional for editing. You must get it edited by a professional, or at least I feel that way, unless your English is really, really good. Because people really don't like to read a post which has grammatical mistakes or spelling mistakes and so forth. And Google doesn't like that either, okay? So if you feel that you don't have the time to edit And I'll get into that in one of the later videos, what all to keep in mind while editing the post. It's best to just get it edited by a professional. Now, in order to keep everything on schedule, I use Basecamp. This is a great tool. It's $99 a month. I have my writers, my designers, my developers, they all have access to it. So what I'll do is I'll speak something, upload it in Basecamp, and my writer will fix it, put it back. My designer will pick it up from there and put it in the website. So you can use something like Basecamp or Trello where you can go between teams. So if you have a writer and then maybe your web guy can take it from there and then put it in the website. So something a little bit advanced here, but then at the same time, it saves you a lot of time. Maybe you have someone in your office who will take it from you, send it to the editor. The editor will fix it and send it back to you. Then you will send it to your web person who will upload it to the website. So instead of going back and forth, if you have Basecamp or Trello, and I use both are great. If you have one of these services, then you can just have your entire team in one place and they can go back and forth with each other at the same time as well, making your life a lot easier. Trello is, by the way, free. I use the free version of Trello, been doing it for almost 7 or 8 years. It's great. And Basecamp is about $99 a month, but it's well worth it. So if you like any of these two, use them. If not, just use Google Docs, email, whatever works for you. End of the day, we want to get things done. That's what matters. So use these shortcuts to get your blog posts out on schedule and start getting some business from them. Okay. And I'll see you in the next video.